St Kitts Nevis revoked 13 citizenships by investment, and the 2 agents who sold those passports got blacklisted. But the investors were never made whole. In this video, you'll learn the 23 questions to ask before you wire a single dollar to a citizenship by investment agent or program in 2026. Follow all of these to a T and avoid any six-figure mistakes. Let's start with the story that prompted this video first though. Investigators traced those 13 aforementioned revoked applications back to 2 international marketing agents who had sold the St Kitts Nevis Citizenship by Investment program well below its legal price point. Applicants were quoted as low as $70,000 or $100,000 against the legal minimum of $200,000 or more. The agents called it a special discount, and of course, the investors believed them. The discount was the giveaway, and we'll come back to why in a minute. But for now, the lesson is the same one every scam victim learns too late. When the government strips citizenship, no one is refunding the investment. That's what this checklist is built to prevent. IMI has grouped the 23 red flags into 5 categories, in roughly the order they show up in your engagement with a program. We start with licensing. The 5 Caribbean CBI programs, plus Sao Tome and Principe, Vanuatu and Nauru, run dedicated Citizenship by Investment Units, or CIUs, that publish official lists of authorized agents. Number 1 is when your agent isn't on that published list. If they are selling you citizenship in that jurisdiction, it means one of 3 things. 1. Either they lost authorization. 2. They never had it. 3. Or they're operating as a sub-agent under someone who does. Any of those answers should slow your process down. Number 2, the agent dodges your request to see proof of licensing. Bar admissions, professional registrations, government accreditations. Licensed practitioners should hand these over without hesitation. Reluctance usually means the credentials don't exist, don't match the claim, or wouldn't survive verification. Number 3, no verifiable physical office address. A PO box on its own isn't damning, but combined with vague answers about who works there and where there really is, you're usually looking at a firm with no operational presence behind a fancy, polished website. Number 4, the firm operates under multiple names or rebrands frequently. Patterns of dissolved entities and renamed websites almost always trace back to reputational problems the operator wanted to leave behind. Now, licensing is the surface check. The way an agent sells you is the next, perhaps louder signal. Number 5, manufactured urgency. The price goes up next week. This allocation closes Friday. Verified program changes come with public announcements and notice periods, not Friday deadlines invented by your agent. Number 6, a guarantee of approval. No legitimate practitioner can do this. Approval rests with the CIU, which conducts its own due diligence, not with your agent, him or herself. An agent who guarantees the outcome is either lying about the process or claiming improper influence over it. Number 7, faster processing because they know people in the government. Same problem. Either the claim is false or it's a confession of corruption. CIU processing times are functions of workload and due diligence depth, not of personal relationships individual agents hold with officials. Number 8, verbal promises of investment returns. Some routes, real estate and investment funds in particular, involve genuine investment performance. If projected returns exist, they belong in a prospectus or a written investment memorandum, not in a sales call. But the most damaging red flags don't show up in conversation. They show up in the paperwork, or rather in its absence. Number 9, no written engagement letter. Without one, you have no enforceable agreement on scope, fees, deliverables, or refund terms. Every dispute that follows has no anchor. Number 10, no itemized fee breakdown. You should see in writing what portion of the total goes to the government, to the due diligence providers, to the agent, to the lawyers, and to every other party in the chain. Without it, the total contribution is unverifiable. Number 11, an agent who refuses to put any commitments in writing. Timelines, fee structures, process steps, all of it, reluctance to email or WhatsApp for the more progressive digital folks among us, is rarely innocent. Number 12, Wire instructions to a destination you cannot independently verify. Licensed regimes route government contributions to designated official accounts published by the program authority. Turkey channels real estate purchases through Turkish banks under central bank monitoring. Vanuatu accepts cryptocurrency through licensed intermediaries. None of these is automatically suspect. The problem is the absence of documentation around them. A written, traceable chain showing where the money goes, who holds it, and how it reaches the qualifying account is what separates an unusual but legitimate structure from an unsubstantiated one. Number 13 brings us back to where we started. Suspicious discounts or a quoted government fee that doesn't match the published rate. This is the trap that took down 13 Kittian citizens in 2025. Government and due diligence fees are publicly listed, and no agent has authority to discount what they don't control. A discount on a government contribution is the agent absorbing fee margin, or in worse cases, the agent quietly never remitting the full amount to the government at all. The investor finds out years later when the file is reopened or they're stopped at immigration control in an airport. Before you wire six figures to any agent or program overseas, this is the exact framework IMI Sovereign's members run through as CBI Agent Risk Checker. We took this checklist and made it digital, so our private community of investors can score their agents across 6 modules, from licensing all the way to post-approval engagement. Check the pinned comment for the link and discount on your first month. So the licensing checks out. The sales conduct is clean. The paper trail looks complete. Now you're watching how they advise you throughout the process. Number 14, the agent pushes one specific program without exploring your profile. A serious initial consultation covers your tax residency, your family situation, your travel patterns, your source of funds, your professional commitments, and perhaps most importantly, your goals. If the program recommendation arrives before the questions, the recommendation is about the agent's commercial relationships, not about you. Number 15, one specific real estate project as the obvious or only choice. Each Caribbean program approves multiple qualifying developments alongside its donation route. An agent steering every client toward the same project, regardless of profile, is operating closer to a developer's sales arm than to an independent advisor. Number 16, the agent discourages you from seeking independent legal or tax advice. A practitioner confident in their work welcomes a second option. One who warns against it is protecting something. Number 17, no detailed written process breakdown. You should receive a written or visual timeline of every step from engagement to citizenship certificate and passport, with named responsibilities at each stage. Vagueness here usually means the agent doesn't know the process well enough to describe it, or doesn't want you to know it well enough to question them. Number 18, and this one is the spine of every modern application. The agent suggests shortcuts on source of funds documentation. Any suggestion to simplify, to leave certain transactions out, or to use an alternative narrative about where your funds came from is the single most common reason for citizenship application rejections. It's also the most common precursor to citizenship revocations 5, 10, 15 years later. That brings us to the deepest category and the loop we opened at the top. These are the red flags most applicants never know to look for because they only show up after your application is approved and your passport arrives. Number 19 claims that contradict official government websites. The CIU publishes the rules. If your agent's pitch deviates from that official source, the official source is right. Number 20, refusal to point you to official sources. I'll handle that for you is not an answer when you ask for a link to the program legislation or to the citizenship unit's approved agent list. A legitimate practitioner sends the link. Number 21, no discussion of post-approval obligations. This is the one many agents never raise. Citizenship and the tax positions that follow are not granted once and forgotten. Reporting requirements, dual citizenship restrictions in your home country, and the practical mechanics of using the new passport all attached to your new status. For example, while it's flirted with more stringent residency requirements, Antigua and Barbuda demands that new citizens by investment spend at least 5 days in the country in the 5 years succeeding approval. An agent who stops talking after the document arrives leaves you alone for the decade that matters most. Number 22. No discussion of what happens if the program is suspended or shut down. Cyprus and Malta have all ended their citizenship by investment programs in recent years. A serious advisor walks you through what suspension, however far-fetched it may seem, team would mean for your application status, your investment, and any acquired rights before you commit. And finally, number 23. The agent has not disclosed all sub-agents, promoters, and intermediaries. Your file may pass through introducers, marketing partners, sub-promoters, and lawyers across several jurisdictions before it ever reaches the citizenship authorities. Each of them may even be paid. You are entitled to know who is in the chain and how each party earns its cut, if any. The checklist is a general guidance, not a scoring system. A single red flag is a prompt to ask questions, not an automatic disqualification course. If you're at the point of choosing an agent, the IMI Rolodex inside IMI Sovereigns lists 1,200 investment migration firms across 73 countries, filterable by jurisdiction, focus program, and contact. Beats searching blind. Now, choosing the right agent is the first half of the problem. The second half is choosing the right country to begin with. If you're investing 6 or even 7 figures, you probably want one that protects your sovereignty as an individual. Check out the video on your screen on the 7 unique nations that protect your freedom and privacy. And of course, thanks for watching. Subscribe and hit notifications so you don't miss the next one.